Today, we are going to be talking about the American Express Gold Credit Card, looking at every single thing you're going to need to know about this card, whether it be the spending categories, annual fee, any statement credits involved, as well as everything you'll need to know about American Express as an ecosystem. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I'll do a side-by-side comparison to other similar credit cards on the market that might actually give you a little bit more value depending on what you're looking for. And oftentimes, the Amex Gold Card is overshadowed by the American Express Platinum Card, but probably for the vast majority of viewers of this video, the Gold Card is going to be the much better option compared to that luxurious Platinum Card. With all that being said, let's dive in and take a look at the Amex Gold Credit Card. So the first thing that I'm sure many of you are wondering is, what is the annual fee attached to this credit card? Now, the Amex Gold Card is actually going to have a $250 annual fee. And look, I know that for a lot of people out there, annual fees will push you away from credit cards, but trust me, the Amex Gold Card is going to give us $340 worth of value with those statement credits that we'll see in a second, which means if you do take advantage of all of them, you're essentially up $90 from that original $250 annual fee. The first statement credit that we're going to see is a $120 dining credit, which will be paid out monthly in the form of $10 when you do use your card with participating partners. Three of these partners that really stick out to me are Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, and Shake Shack. I definitely recommend going onto the website and checking out the other ones that I don't mention here, just to make sure you do get full advantage of this credit. You are also going to receive a $120 credit for Uber Cash. This is going to be distributed monthly in the form of $10. And this Uber Cash can apply for both Uber rides as well as Uber Eats. And finally, you're going to receive a $100 experience credit with a minimum of a 2-night stay through booking with American Express with their hotel collection. And my biggest piece of advice for any credit card out there actually with statement credits is go onto the website, read up on what's involved to take advantage of them. The last thing you want to do is actually overspend to get these statement credits. So just make sure you know what's involved before going out and spending more than you need to. And that will cover us on all of our statement credits and annual fee with the Amex Gold Card. But then I want to talk about the spending categories, which is what I think is the best part about carrying this Amex Gold Credit Card. The Amex Gold Card is going to offer us 4 times points back on our dining and restaurant purchases, 4 times points back on our grocery purchases, 3 times points back on our flights purchased through the American Express travel portal, as well as 1 times points everywhere else. This is easily going to be one of the best everyday use credit cards on the market. Whether you enjoy dining out more or buying groceries and preparing them, whichever way you go, you're going to be able to earn 4 times Amex points, which is a significant amount. Overall though, the biggest thing here is you have the opportunity to earn a ton of cash back, you have some great statement credits, and although the annual fee is higher compared to a lot of other credit cards on the market, the value is there with the Amex Gold Card. Now, the statement credits and spending categories are certainly the fun things to look at with any credit card, but the Amex Gold Card has a ton of hidden value and other additional benefits that I certainly think are worthwhile to look at while we're discussing this credit card. The first perk I want to look at are the exclusive American Express offers that will just give you a little bit more cash back depending on where you want to spend. And these exclusive Amex offers will allow you to earn some more cash back at some select stores, restaurants, or some online stores. An example of an offer that you might be able to see is earn 10 times points back on your next Amazon purchase, or maybe earn 5 times points back at your next drugstore purchase, say at CVS or another pharmacy. Now, these extra offers are certainly not the most reliable in terms of earning cash back, but they are nice, and I highly recommend always checking up at the start of each month to see what the new offers are. That way you can take advantage of them to earn a little bit more cash back with your Gold Card. A few other smaller points I want to talk about. There's going to be no foreign transaction fees with this credit card, and there's also going to be a car rental loss and damage insurance waiver for your rental cars. You're going to receive baggage insurance when you are traveling with this credit card, and there's going to be a 24/7 hotline for in case anything does go wrong when you are traveling. And although the Amex Gold Card is not solely focused on getting you more when traveling, that's something we'll see with the Platinum Card. The Amex Gold Card has some things that really do make it nice to carry, maybe if you aren't an avid traveler, but still do plan on traveling throughout the year. Also included with this credit card, we're going to see some American Express experiences, which can give us access to some VIP events, some pre-ticket sales, or a bunch of other entertainment-related purchases. There's also going to be the American Express Preferred Access for some premium seats and some exclusive cultural events. And finally, for the sake of the video length, I'm not going to dive into these additional benefits listed on the screen, but if you are interested in this card or do already carry it, I'd highly recommend checking these out. That way you make sure you get the full value out of this credit card. I now want to talk about American Express as an ecosystem, and American Express has certainly built one of the best ecosystems out there on the market. At the time of filming, if you do go to redeem your points for cash back, Amex points are valued at 1 cent per point. However, if you do plan on using them for travel and you do transfer them, they can be worth upwards of 2.8 cents per point. Depending on where you look, that number will vary, but the point is, if you do plan on traveling, you can use one of the 21 American Express transfer partners, 18 of which are for airlines, 3 of which are for hotels. And if you take your American Express points, transfer them out to one of those, and then go use it for travel, you can get a lot more value out of every single point, which really makes American Express one of the better systems out there. And just a small note, some American Express cards are going to earn you some preferred cash rewards. Those are going to be the Amex Blue Cash Preferred and Blue Cash Everyday. You want to have Amex points if you want to use them for travel. With the Amex Gold Card, the Amex Platinum, you are going to earn points, which is exactly what we want to see if you plan on doing a lot of traveling. And I do want to highlight a couple of the transfer partners. Out of the 18 airlines, 4 of which I think are really awesome are JetBlue, Virgin Atlantic, Emirates, and Delta. And for the hotel transfer partners, you're going to have Choice Privileges, Hilton Honors, and Marriott Bonvoy. And once again, if you are interested in this card, be sure to go onto the website, read up on the Amex transfer partners, and see which one you like the most and if it is worth getting this credit card for that. And that's going to wrap up all the big points surrounding the Amex Gold Card. Like I said earlier, I do want to compare it to 2 other similar credit cards on the market that might give you a little bit more in the travel realm or a little bit more in the day-to-day spending, depending on what you are looking for. And the first card I want to point out is the American Express Platinum Card. Now this card is going to be much more focused on travel, and I really want to highlight it for some distinctions to show the big differences between the gold and the platinum cards. Both of these cards are great. They do vary a lot, and I know that they're not the most similar credit cards on the market, but I still want to highlight them to show you what else is out there. And the second card I want to compare the gold to is going to be the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now the Sapphire Preferred is going to be a travel-based credit card that's lower tier. The reason I want to compare to this, it's not going to be only for travel. There's a lot of day-to-day spending categories you can get with it, but also if you are looking to travel, there are some perks included there, as we also see with the Amex Gold Card. Now looking at all 3 of these cards side by side, the first thing I want to talk about are the annual fees. We saw that the Gold Card has a $250 annual fee. The Amex Platinum Card is going to have a whopping $695 annual fee, and our Chase Sapphire Preferred is going to have a $95 annual fee. Looking at the statement credits provided with each of these credit cards, as we saw earlier, the Amex Gold is going to give us $340 worth of statement credits. The Amex Platinum is going to give us over $1,500 worth of statement credits, and they are going to be extremely focused on travel. I'm not going to dive into each of those specifics. Be sure to check out my video on the Amex Platinum if you are interested in that card. And finally, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is going to give us a $50 hotel credit each year for that $95 annual fee. The Sapphire Preferred also is going to have around $150 worth of partner benefits that you can take advantage of, but compared to the other credit cards in the market, there's definitely less value packed into it immediately. Taking a look at the spending categories, we're going to see some more differences. The Gold Card is going to give us that 4 times points on our dining and groceries, as well as the 3 times points back on our flights purchased through American Express. The Platinum Card is going to give us 5 times points back on our flights and hotels purchased through American Express. And finally, the Sapphire Preferred is going to give us 5 times points back on our travel purchase through Chase, 2 times points back on all of our other travel purchases. You're also going to be able to earn 3 times points back on your dining purchases, 3 times points back on your online grocery purchases, as well as 3 times points back on select streaming services. And each of these cards will have some travel benefits, and that includes access to the transfer partners in their respective systems. Both the Amex Gold and Amex Platinum are going to give you access to those 21 transfer partners we talked about earlier. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're going to have access to their 14 transfer partners, 11 of which are for flights, and 3 of which are for hotels. And when it comes to the actual value of the points you will be earning that you can use for these transfer partners, the value of Amex can get upwards of 2.8 cents per point when transferred out. Same thing is going to be with Chase. Depending on where you look, this can vary, but it's right there neck and neck with American Express. Those Chase points with their Ultimate Rewards portal can be worth upwards of 2.8 cents per point depending on how you redeem them. And one final note that gives the Sapphire Preferred a little nod, you're going to be able to get 25% additional value on every single point you redeem for travel with this credit card. That means if I have 100,000 points or $1,000 and I go and use it in their portal for travel, that means it's going to be worth 125,000 points or $1,250. I know that the credit card doesn't have as much in terms of the statement credits involved as we see with these other two credit cards, but don't write it off as there's still a lot of value with it. As a whole though, I do not think you can go wrong getting the American Express Gold credit card. Between the annual fee, which I do think is reasonable for what you get, the spending categories, the statement credits, there's so much value to get out of this credit card. As we saw though, there's also a bunch of other credit cards on the market that are still so great depending on what you're looking for. If you want a great, really premium travel credit card, go look at that Amex Platinum card. And if you're not sold necessarily on the Gold card, something like the Sapphire Preferred could be right for you. Without a doubt though, I can definitely say that the Amex Gold is one of the best credit cards on the market, hands down. And if you're interested in any other credit card tips, tricks, and reviews video, be sure to check out the channel. I'm gonna have reviews of both other cards mentioned down in the description below. And if you guys could also go like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, it goes a long way in helping me grow so I can continue to put out more content to help others with their credit card journeys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.